This Friday, May 22nd in Corona, California, ESPN Friday Night Fights is having their series finale. Now, I didn't say season finale, series finale, with the Boxcino tournament finals. You know, this is going to be an emotional event for me. This series started in 1998, so it's been, well over a decade. And it kind of took over for the USA Tuesday Night Fight series that ran through the 80s up until, I think, 98. It kind of took over for that series, but it's been the one weekly boxing broadcast over all these years that was on, regular cable. And there have been countless fights, countless fighters, so many prospects got their start there before they moved to the premium networks, and so many former champions got another chance on that series. But even boxing personalities like Max Kellerman, who's now on HBO, he was at Friday Night Fights. There's been a lot of guys in front of the camera and behind the camera who got their start on that series. So it's just been one of those boxing staples that, I'm kind of sad to see it go. What's happening is Al Haymon, part of his PBC thing, is he's bought out time on ESPN. And what they're going to do is they're going to take away the weekly thing and I think make it a monthly show. And I think it's going to be on Saturday instead of Friday. And they're going to try to do, a higher level fight where he's going to put his champions on that network. So the whole Friday Night Fights thing is going to be over after this Friday. I just, wanted to talk about it a little bit because, for example, just some memories I had with this series. I was in the Marine Corps, for those of you who don't know, and when I was at the barracks and on base, I didn't have a TV. And there was a TV, here and there on base. Some of the guys who had off-base housing because they were married or, higher ranking, they had TVs and stuff. But on the base, there was no HBO, there was no Showtime, but ESPN, I could see boxing. So like every Friday in the Marines, I could still see some boxing. And because that's one of the things I really, really missed when I was away. And even when I came back home and I, was fucking broke and I didn't have any money, I didn't have HBO and Showtime, and a lot of my friends didn't, we were struggling, and you could turn on ESPN if somebody had regular cable and you could see boxing. And you just got used to seeing Teddy Atlas and hearing his voice and some of his wisdom and some of his craziness. He's had so many epic rants over the years, just talking about shitty judges and some of the business of the business, that drove him nuts. And the coolest part for me is, that was kind of the beginning of the series. And here we go all these years later, and I live in Los Angeles, and I'm involved in the boxing media now at the professional level, and I've worked some of these Friday Night Fight cards, and I've met Teddy, and I've talked to him personally. And the coolest thing for me is Teddy overheard from somebody else that I was in the Marine Corps. And he came up to me. It was just like, sir, I just want to say thank you for what you did. That was just like, what? Teddy Atlas is thanking me. I wanted to thank him for taking the time to talk to me after a fight. We did an interview or whatever, but he thanked me. And it just showed how humble and how cool he is as a guy. And, the few Friday Night Fight cards I've worked, I've noticed that Teddy and Joe Tessitore, but especially Teddy Atlas, they stay well after the fights are over. And they hang out in the arena and they talk to people, man. You'll see guys come up and want to get pictures taken and talk to them and maybe do an interview. Kids just starting out, with their little boxing pages and stuff. And he'll talk to all of them. He will for real sit there and talk to each and every one of them. Just a really, really cool guy. Another quick story, the Stavern-Areola rematch. That was a special edition of ESPN Friday Night Fights. They did it at USC, the University of Southern California, which is only like a mile away from my home. And the night before the fight, they had a special little event for media where I think Tecate sponsored it, where everyone was just kind of mingling and there was free drinks and food or whatever. And I got to talk with Teddy and with Joe, and have a beer with them and talk some shit, talk some boxing, and they took pictures with me and my girlfriend. They were just super cool guys, and everybody involved with that whole series and that whole production just kind of had that humble attitude. So again, I'm really gonna be sad to see it go. For some of you guys who are just getting into boxing, you're kind of, I feel like you're missing out, because the weekly kind of cards, and seeing the young guys coming up and stuff, I don't know, just that atmosphere Friday Night Fights had, I just feel like you're gonna miss out on that. But, the PBC thing, hopefully that will be good for boxing, and it's on all these different networks, and there's more and more Friday Night Fight cards on Fox Sports, and I think CBS, their secondary network, and NBC's secondary network. So you're seeing more and more of those type of cards. But yeah, ESPN Friday Night Fights this Friday, that's it. So make sure you check it out. The Boxcino tournaments have been pretty cool. It's just, I'm going to be sad to see it go. So I just want to rant about that. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. What are some of your favorite Friday Night Fights memories? What are some of your favorite Teddy Atlas rants? That's what I want to hear, man, because they're the best. Teddy has the best rants of everybody in boxing. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and thanks for listening to my rant.